In modern fertility clinics, a microscopic pipette physically pierces an egg membrane and injects a single sperm cell directly inside. For decades, the medical consensus centered heavily on the maternal side of this equation. The operating assumption was that the oocyte, the egg, dictated the vast majority of an embryo's viability and ultimate success. Under this model, procedures like intracytoplasmic sperm injection, or ICSI, were thought to solve male infertility. If a sperm couldn't swim or penetrate the egg naturally, the clinic would simply force the issue mechanically. But there is a biological flaw in equating forced entry with a healthy pregnancy. Achieving initial fertilization is a discrete physical event. It does not guarantee the resulting embryo possesses the genetic integrity required to survive. Bypassing the physical barriers to fertilization does not erase the biological deficits encoded within the sperm itself. A 2025 review published in Reproductive Biomedicine Online analyzed an extensive dataset of over 26,000 IVF embryos, isolating the specific influence of the paternal contribution. The researchers utilized continuous time-lapse morphokinetics. These specialized cameras capture images of the embryos every few minutes, allowing clinicians to track the exact timing of cellular division milestones. The data revealed a direct link. Sperm motility and concentration affect the speed at which an embryo develops, which in turn influences implantation rates and live birth outcomes. To understand why this happens, we have to map exactly when the paternal genome activates during embryonic development and outline how to physiologically optimize those sperm parameters before retrieval ever occurs. Relying solely on an egg-centric model is clinically incomplete. True optimization requires addressing both halves of the genetic equation. This timeline charts embryo development from day 1 to day 5. The colors represent which parent's genetics control cellular growth. During the early cleavage stage, the first 3 days, maternal RNA drives cellular division. Because the maternal egg provides biological instructions during this window, paternal sperm parameters have negligible influence. The biological bottleneck occurs between day 3 and day 4, as transcription switches to the paternal genome. An embryo derived from optimal sperm continues dividing at the correct speed, but an embryo derived from compromised sperm begins to falter. Low sperm motility and poor morphology physically manifest as a temporal delay. The embryo takes longer to reach its developmental milestones, stalling before it can form a blastocyst. Advanced paternal age acts as an additional chronological break, slowing down this timeline. When sperm carries damaged DNA, a metric known as DNA fragmentation, the errors in the genetic code correlate with slower, abnormal embryonic growth. Poor sperm quality can deprive an embryo of the biological momentum needed to reach the critical implantation stage. Because mechanical injection cannot fix damaged DNA or poor morphology, clinical focus must shift to optimizing spermatogenesis, the actual production of sperm at its biological source. Integrative medicine, specifically the targeted application of acupuncture and botanical formulas, provides a validated clinical intervention vector to improve these parameters. This split-screen model illustrates baseline pathology in male factor infertility. Restricted microcirculation causes high oxidative stress. Targeted acupuncture increases testicular hemodynamics, delivering higher volumes of oxygen. This surge in vascular blood flow clears reactive oxygen species, repairing DNA fragmentation. Custom botanical formulas operate alongside this vascular response by modulating the hypothalamic, pituitary, gonadal endocrine axis. By balancing the ratios of follicle-stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and testosterone, the body manufactures a higher total sperm count and increased seminal volume. These interventions target specific physiological pathways, addressing measurable vascular and endocrine factors involved in sperm production. These physiological mechanisms have been subjected to clinical validation by researchers across Europe and the US. This line chart visualizes data from a 2005 European study. Men with unexplained infertility received acupuncture twice a week for 5 weeks, demonstrating a measurable reduction in structural defects of sperm heads and tails. This comparative bar chart details a 2009 randomized placebo-controlled trial. The group receiving real acupuncture showed a significant increase in the percentage of motile sperm compared to those receiving a sham treatment. In the United States, researchers Peled and Pryor at Yosan University conducted comprehensive literature syntheses in 2011 regarding these combined therapies. They concluded that traditional Chinese medicine protocols positively alter antioxidant levels and reduce sperm DNA fragmentation, with no reported adverse effects. The clinical data aligns with the biological mechanisms of integrative andrology. When clinical interventions improve sperm motility, morphology, and DNA integrity, the results manifest during the final stages of embryonic development, forming a tight, healthy blastocyst. By lowering oxidative stress during sperm production, the resulting embryos are more likely to reach their day 5 milestones. These embryos yield higher implantation rates and better chances of a live birth. Achieving these outcomes requires a shift in standard clinical practice. Rather than simply extracting compromised sperm on the day of retrieval, the biological material should be optimized in the weeks leading up to the cycle. This protocol requires baseline lifestyle modifications. Antioxidant-rich diets, smoking cessation, and weight management operate alongside targeted botanical and acupuncture treatments. These integrative interventions possess minimal side effects and are specifically designed to complement standard fertility care, never to replace it. Many top fertility clinics now integrate these protocols. Pioneers in this space, such as the Berkeley Center for Reproductive Wellness in New York City, have been using these integrative strategies since 1998. It is critical to coordinate any pre-retrieval optimizations with your primary reproductive endocrinologist. By addressing paternal health, it provides a practical, controllable avenue for patients aiming to reach a successful outcome sooner.